Comes into the athletic activity, what did you see in those closing minutes, especially?
It was, it was all night. It wasn't the end of the game that cost us. We didn't come out and play the game purposefully. We've gotten to this habit, and it's, my responsibility to be better of allowing people, to just play freely to start games and then think that we're going to turn it on in the second half. That's arrogant basketball. And, you can't survive in the NBA playing that way. Teams are too good. Guys are too good. And if we want to be a good basketball team, we need to remember who we are. And we need to play Cavaliers basketball, not, hero ball, not my turn, not, selfish defensively, not executing game plans, not paying attention to individual players' tendencies. If we don't do those things, we'll have nights like this. And, give the Kings credit, right? They play extremely hard. They're coming back off a long road trip. There's all those things. But they gave it to us, and they competed. They played the game the right way. They got stops when it mattered. So give them credit.
Defensively, especially when we talk about that obviously being a really big part of your identity, what were you seeing just as the big struggles there that were especially on the perimeter too?
It was, not keeping the ball in front of us, allowing the ball to get to where it wanted to go, allowing guys to get to their strengths and play their tendencies. We were a disappointing basketball team tonight, and there's no other way around it. And we need to be held accountable for it.
And not trying to call someone out specifically, but have you seen something from Darius, the kind of struggles over the past couple of games from him, anything specific?
He obviously had a rough night. I thought he tried to figure some things out, but, we all know what Darius is capable of.
Building on that, what would you tell Darius after a game like this where nothing was going on for him?
You figure out, when things aren't going your way, still how to be impactful. How you lead in these moments, how you help your teammates, what you do defensively to try to get stops and create some energy. And that's how you impact the game. There's going to be nights where shots don't fall, right? But continuing to figure out how to impact the game and help my teammates, that's what I would tell them.
J.B., even beyond tonight with Donovan, I wonder, what have you learned so far in terms of offense, defense, balance? Tonight, you shoot 28 times, inevitably, you're going to have a little less juice on the other end. And so I'm sure you want to balance that. And in Utah, he had times when, in college, he was a guy who was known as a defender. In Utah, the profile changed a little bit. What's the
he's been good for us defensively over the course of the year. And it is a lot. It is a heavy burden, to be the lead guy offensively and then have to go out and guard. But I think for us, he's been pretty consistent in that. But the way our team is built and what our system is and what has made us good defensively in the moments is that, it's 5 guys defending. We don't ever put anybody on an island. The rules are set up for the offense. Right? If you do that, these guys are too good. They'll get what they want on anybody. So tonight, our defense, we let each other down. And, we have not done that, but tonight we did for sure.
Chris?
Sure. If you've been asked, I apologize.
It's all right.
Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. What did you see from Darius tonight that led to his struggles?
I just think, obviously shots weren't going for him. I think he was battling to try to figure it out. And, I don't think he didn't stop. He found his 8 assists. He found ways to make his teammates better. I think the shots just didn't go.
Obviously, you guys didn't close out the comeback attempt, but what do you sense in what the guys feel when Donovan goes on the kind of heater that he goes on that he did in the third quarter?
I mean, it's, again, he's a hell of a basketball player. And, you know, guys believe in him, you know, to the fullest level where, you know, they feel like he can pull them out of anything. You know, but when we play the way that we played tonight, that does a disservice to him, right? Like when we don't give, you know, our maximum and we just feel like we can flip a switch and turn it on, you know, like that does a disservice to each other. And, you know, we haven't had that before. You know, tonight was the first night that it happened to us, and the Kings made us pay. But, you know, it's the same conversation that we're having is about maturation and improvement, right? Like, this team has potential. But how do you get there? You get there through consistency. You get there through consistency in your physical approach and your mental approach. And those are lessons that we have to learn. And tonight, you know, again, mentally, we were not engaged the way that we needed to be in order to compete.
Cameron Starr from the Associated Press. Coach, what was your overall takeaway of Sacramento after tonight?
I mean, they're a feisty team. You know what I mean? Like, and I've watched them play a bunch. You know what I mean? Like, Mike Brown and I are obviously really, really close, so I spend a lot of time watching, and I see their games. They're in games at the end of the game a lot. You know, they've had some unfortunate circumstances, you know, that haven't gone their way at the end of games, but you know, they've got individual talent. They're a team that, you know, appears to be bought into one another. You know, and, you know, after, you know, the way that Golden State game ended, after the Miami game ended, like, it's easy to fracture, right, when bad things happen. But you can tell that this team is gelled in together, and they want to go out and compete and be good together.
And I know you said your relationship with Mike. I mean, how cool is it for you to see him be a head coach again?
I mean, it's awesome. Like, I've known Mike literally since I was 13 years old. You know, he worked for my dad as a video coordinator when I was growing up. And there's no better person than Mike Brown. You don't find people in our business who, you know, if they say something all the time, you can take it to the bank. And Mike Brown is one of those people. Like, if he can ever help, like he does. If he says he will, he will. And you don't find those type of people often. And, you know, I couldn't be happier for Mike.